Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey. My heterosexual life mate, David.
Yellow.
And the ever-loving
Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard. Or we call him the ever-loving AJ. But yes, Colonel Mustard is here with us, folks.
He's the
I'm
ever
not the
loving
I'm not the
mustard.
chicken one. I'm not the chicken. I'm not the chicken one.
Don't be that Colonel Mustard.
No, I'm not that Colonel.
Oh, not that Colonel.
Oh,
Not
okay.
that
It
I
took
got
me
you,
a second.
okay.
I must admit.
I'm not the chicken Colonel.
Sure. You're Colonel Mustard.
I'm the mustard Colonel.
You're
You're the
mustard Colonel.
possible killer.
Yeah.
I am the heir to the French's fortune.
You're that.
I'm
That
that Colonel
explains-
Mustard.
That explains a lot, actually. Yeah, definitely does. In case you couldn't figure it out, today we're going to talk about board games and all the like. And
Board games.
Dave is going to lead us through this wonderful journey on cardboard.
Well, they're
And
not all
plastic.
cardboard.
No, they're
True,
not.
true.
They're not. No.
And I must admit that I was thinking of games general too,
Right.
not electronics by any stretch. So we could speak to a lot of times you see updates to board games we grew up with
There's a ton, actually.
that are now
Oh, yeah.
far more electronic. Like,
Yeah.
shit, I'm just gonna start. Why not?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
one of those things.
Since we're here.
I'm at a cousin's place. That's great. You know, haven't seen the cousin in a while. They have kids too. We sit down and play some Monopoly together.
Oh,
yeah, it's great.
Monopoly.
Well, I'm actually one of those. I'm okay at Monopoly. It's just roll the dice, have fun. You know what? There's no skill. It's just fun, right? This was one of those electronic ones. You want to know how boring Monopoly is when there's no real money?
Wait.
Oh, it's
Oh,
like
I can imagine.
debit card Monopoly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
debit
heard of
card.
that. Yeah,
Lame, lame,
yeah.
lame.
Yep. Yep. It's like, well, what's the point? Like, come on, I want to have the piles of
stack of
Yeah,
cash,
like that's
yeah.
the whole point. Like I remember, I had a friend that would buy the literal extra cash for the
Oh, right.
Monopoly.
Yep,
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
The cash packs. I remember
Yep.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used to do that too.
But isn't that a metaphor for real life?
Kids these
The
days
kids
want
these days, I
everything
tell
to
you.
be electronic.
I'll tell you, the first 2 hours of Monopoly, I typically enjoy. The last 4, I'm done.
Dude, I've had
done,
Monopoly
okay?
games last days
Yeah, for sure.
where people will take their money with them in envelopes
Ah, that's
Oh my
awesome.
goodness,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
and then like seal the envelope and then you put it back or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there is literally a Monopoly game for whatever franchise ails you.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever thing
And
you're into,
Not
they
even
got one.
Not even just French. Okay. So we have 27 board games at home and 7
Nice.
of them are Monopoly.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Wow.
So and I don't think any of them are a French. Oh, there's one franchise. There's
Hmm.
one like IP.
Monopoly.
Yeah.
That's but every other one is a version of Monopoly, but it's still Monopoly.
Mm.
So we have is it Mario Kart Monopoly? I think it's Mario Kart Monopoly. Do little Mario Kart
Nice.
dudes and stuff like
Fun.
that. And you go around
I've seen
and
the
get
London
coins.
one, and
Oh, London.
I'm like, hey, I could, maybe just
Yeah,
for
sure.
fun buy it. And it's like $40. I'm like, yeah, no,
No, it's $40.
That's good.
Yeah,
No, that's
yeah.
cool.
I think my favorite one I played was the Canadian one. I'm not sure which one. It was definitely a long time ago, but there's a Canadian version of Monopoly, and it was fun to kind of see all that stuff. But I wouldn't pay $40 for it.
Well, that's and it's one of those silly things because, to me, it's just Monopoly is one of those great games that you can play with anybody,
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Because it's just roll dice and you buy, roll dice, you
Right.
buy. Oh,
Yeah,
you have
that's
no
kinda
money,
how-
goes on auction. Assuming you play that by that rule, like there's
Right.
variations, of course, right?
I
Free
didn't learn that
parking.
rule forever, the auction rule.
Oh, you didn't know that?
We played Monopoly pretty basic. Like you're saying,
Hmm.
roll dice, buy properties, trade properties.
Yep.
Kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Money for free parking, which
Yep.
isn't actually a rule.
Right.
Nope.
Free
No, it's
parking is
definitely
just
not.
a nothing.
Yep.
But we'd always do like, throw the $500 in there.
Yep.
To start off.
Yep.
And then all the taxes, like there's houses,
Yep.
luxury
Houses, yep.
tax and kind of stuff like that, goes in the middle too.
Oh, we
so
were
if
worse.
you land on fucking your get out of jail free card goes in there too.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff.
Oh, we put everything. Buy property, goes in the center.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Buy a house, go in the center.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, because that's how you take a game that can go on for hours and sometimes give that opportunity to finish it really quick.
For sure.
Yeah.
The person that just went and spent, $2,000 in hotels happens to land on free parking.
I love the negotiating in Monopoly.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, when you can start making deals and things like that. On
We used to
properties
call
like-
it talking turkey.
Oh yeah, that's a
Nice.
good term. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good
Yeah,
term.
I like
talking
that.
Turkey.
But the problem with that, it does make the game go on way longer
Oh yeah.
because you have to bend rules and things like that to make things happen.
Yeah.
So,
We always
Well,
just
that's a
did
rule of
hours.
Monopoly too. You can have house rules.
That's right.
That's actually a rule.
House rules.
Yeah, house rules. So if there's a rule like your family has or a different way to play
okay,
Monopoly or
gotcha.
something like that,
Gotcha.
yeah, you can have house rules.
Oh yeah. No, well, you can do that with basically any game as long as you're upfront. And the rule is fair. It can't just
Right.
be the rule of this game is I win. Right.
So you can have let's take Clue for instance.
Right.
The rule is if you're the murderer, I call the cops and you go to jail. Like I actually frame you for a murder, or can that be a house rule?
It's funny you bring up Clue because Clue, I can't really play the original Clue anymore.
I love
Okay.
that.
I love it, but the problem is and this is going back 20 years, 30 years. My my mother-in-law, she purchased not mother-in-law. That's the wrong phrasing. No,
that's okay.
whatever. Doesn't matter. She actually was able to purchase a master Clue. So think normal
What?
Clue. Now double the amount of people.
Oh, I had
double the
that
amount of
one. Yeah, I had
weapons,
that one.
Double the amount of rules.
Shit.
Big board.
Yeah.
And it really made it far more it's still the same style where you try to
Yeah.
get around as quickly as possible and shit like that. And,
Right.
and everybody knows the real strategy to Clue, right? Whatever cards you get, whatever category that you have the least amount of cards in is what you tackle. Generally rooms.
I never
And
thought about it that way.
yeah, I always went after rooms. And you always say the people and weapons you have.
Right.
That way you can get the room out of the way
That's
instantly.
right. Yes. Yeah. That's smart.
That is the style to win.
Smart. That is smart. Listen, people. You need tips on win Clue against your family. Dave's got them.
Dave's
for you.
got the
He
strategy.
knows,
Oh, yeah.
He knows.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I know, especially with that one.
I'm not honestly. I've never played that Master Clue, and in my head, I immediately think it's more of one of those murder mystery, more so than the actual game of Clue. I would love
Oh
to
no,
play that.
it's complete luck.
Okay.
It's just there's more rooms, more weapon, more people.
Yeah, it's the
Still.
the board's bigger and there's different offshoots of rooms and stuff
Yeah.
like that
Oh,
too.
sick.
Like there's
Whirlpool, a garage.
there's like the carriage room, yeah,
Yeah,
or something
carriage
like
room.
that.
That's what it is.
Nice.
You're right.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
We gotta play that sometime.
It was a good one.
I'm down for
Oh,
that.
I don't have it. I don't even know if you can buy it
Yeah, I'm not
for
sure.
real
Probably
or
not, yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Or
My-
if you can, it's
I
like
have-
thousands of dollars.
I have regular
No.
Clue.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I actually do have regular Clue because it's fun to play with kids.
Yeah.
I find it's a nice nice thing I do like about Clue is there is a style to winning. Like it's not pure luck,
Right.
and it's relatively quick,
Yeah.
which is a good kid.
You
game.
can usually finish the game within 40 minutes. With
Yeah.
kids, I would say. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, you brought up the whole $1,000.
Yeah, I would assume.
Not true.
Okay.
No. So again, bringing up a random game you maybe have never played, Rat Race.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever played
No.
it, but I have seen either
No,
it
never
at
played it.
somebody's house when
Yeah.
I was younger, or
Might be
in
when
a
they were
store.
younger. Because this is a '70s game. I grew up with it. Loved the stupid game. And I am in a secondhand store, whatever, just meandering around game section. $4.
Wow.
Nice.
All the pieces.
All the pieces,
Oh my
all the
God.
money, good board. I have Rat Race.
Nice. That's
Oh,
awesome.
I love this
That's
stupid
wonderful.
game.
That's wonderful. Yeah, but that's because someone didn't know the value of Rat Race. If somebody did know, they might be able to put that up for
Not
some money.
true, because
No?
again,
Okay,
I
all right.
have another one.
Okay. all right.
Again, it's old, but one of the ones I grew up actually playing at a buddy's house called Paul Economy.
Oh yes, Paul Economy.
Never
That's a
heard of it.
great game.
It's a Canadian
Oh,
Monopoly.
okay, you know what? I think maybe I've seen. I think we had it in one of our classrooms.
Oh, probably because
Okay.
it's all
Class
just
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like
It's
that.
all just Canadian. Well, they were Canadian-owned businesses.
Yeah.
I think on that board, either they just don't exist at all, or they're now owned by another
American
country.
business. Yeah.
By
We don't
Disney?
need- Yeah,
Dis-
yeah.
Disney
Now
owns
they're
it.
owned by
Disney
Disney.
owns it. That's
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was another one. And again, found it at the secondhand place.
Wow.
I think this one might have been like $6 because the box is bigger, but fuck, it was such a great find.
Now
Can't really
to
find it with all the
to
pieces.
Chris's note, I was watching Storage Wars the other day.
Oh, there you go.
And Buddy found a bunch of old board games or whatever, and yeah, ended up making. God, I think he made like $2,500 off these
Nice.
old board games or something like
Wow. I just assume they're all worth money because that's the world we're in where if it's old and it's no longer produced, you can get a pretty penny for it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think there's still
Yeah.
possibilities
Yeah.
for some things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's another game, and I unfortunately don't remember. I think it might have been called Moolah, but I'm guessing.
that. I've also heard of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved playing that game as a kid. Another one where you had to keep the money in your fake wallet, and if you left it out, somebody could take it.
I'm fine. I'm sensing a theme here with with the games Dave likes.
Money.
Money?
Yeah.
he likes,
So then there's Operation Life.
Nope. He's a big fan. You like Payday too, right?
I do.
Payday.
Yeah. I actually have Payday. It's one of the redone versions of it, but it still counts as Payday.
Ticket to Ride. It's another great game, but that's not really a money game.
No, I like that game. I really wish my kids played with me more on that one. I bought that one thinking they'd really be engrossed in it. Yeah.
not their jam.
No, I play
I love Ticket to
more
Ride.
because again, it's coming up, the whole New Year's thing, and I have now reached that lovely moment of my life where what do I do on New Year's Eve? We play games.
Yeah, sure.
Why
yeah.
not?
Pass out.
That's probably what we'll do too.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what we do.
Yeah, Nikki and I have gotten into more board games recently, and I guess within the past 3 years, something like that.
Mm.
We try to find games that are easy to play with two people
Mm-hmm.
as well,
Mhm.
because I mean, not a lot of people seem to want to get down on board games, and B, well, you're not having people over very often
Right now,
nowadays.
yeah.
That's
so,
right. Yeah.
But yeah, we started off with the Funko Pop Game.
Okay.
It's like kind of like a strategy game where they give you a scenario and you have to complete it by. You have a certain set number of moves you can make for each turn and
Oh, okay.
and whatnot.
Nice.
So it's not really like rolling dice in that sense. You roll dice to battle
Mm.
your opponent,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, so you get these cute little pop guys who move
Oh,
around the
sick.
board. And they'll have like special abilities.
Nice.
We got and so they have different franchises because that's what Funko Pop's all about, right?
Yeah.
And you can actually use
Owning the world. That's what Funko Pop's all about. is owning the
Essentially,
world.
they're
Yeah.
the Disney of cute little
That's
plastic things.
Yes, 1,000%.
So they have different franchises and stuff like that. So we got the DC one, which was all Batman
Yeah.
Nice.
characters and
nice.
stuff like that, and then we got the Golden Girls.
Okay.
But you can use them together.
That
Fantastic.
is
So like you can
awesome.
have like Rose fighting alongside Batman against the Joker
That's
and
amazing.
fucking Harry Potter or whatever if you wanted.
nice.
Right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's fun.
That does sound like a fun game.
It's fun. So yeah, we got into that kind of stuff, and then for Christmas, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Stephen Rhodes. When was the last time you guys were in Spencer's Gifts?
Like 2 weeks ago.
So you know the T-shirts, they're funny T-shirts, and it's like, my wife got me one. It says "Let's Sacrifice Toby."
Oh, sure. Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
You know, got
Yeah.
the little kids, and it's like looks like a
Okay.
cute little choose your own adventure book cover or whatever. Well, they make games based off of
Oh.
those shirts as well.
Nice.
So we got Let's Summon Demons,
Okay.
where you have to acquire souls, and then you spend these souls to acquire children. And then throughout the game, like it's a dice game, so you roll the dice, and then it kind of coincides with a special ability your
Okay.
child has or something like that. But you also have a little hand of demons that have better abilities when these dice numbers are rolled.
Okay.
To be able to put one of these demons down, you must sacrifice 3 children
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
This is one
to
hell of a
summon a
game.
demon.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
But it's so much fun. It's
Yeah.
actually really fun. Like just the mechanics of how you
How it
play
goes.
the game and stuff like that.
I want to coordinate that, I want to combine that game with Funko Pop Game just so we can figure out a way for the Golden Girls to sacrifice children as a way to summon demons.
Well,
That
you can
sounds
just
like
kind of
it.
hold the little
I guess,
maquette
Yeah,
of-
yeah.
So,
just you did.
flows in.
And then they have another one called Don't Talk to Strangers, and it's a board game, like a little board,
Mhm.
and you have these little tokens that are children. You have to get the children from the school.
Money theme.
I might
children
be about
theme.
money. You're about something.
Oh, no. This one's better here.
You have to get the children from the school to a safe place, like a home or a park or a library or something, without running into an alien.
Okay.
Because those are
Interesting.
the strangers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
That sounds
it's
Nice.
fun. It's fun for 2 people, right? It's a good 2.
Well, that is
because
good.
That sounds like it.
Monopoly's not easy
Oh,
with 2 people.
No.
It sucks with 2 people.
Oh yeah.
It sucks with 3
yeah.
people. Like if you
There's
don't
some
have,
versions that are okay.
you'd
There's-
have to show me one that works because every time I played Monopoly 2 or 3 people, it's not been a good
It's,
time. It only works with 4 or more.
I think it's called Empire. It's Monopoly Empire. And
Okay.
what you do is instead of properties around the board
Yeah.
are businesses, like
Okay.
franchises, like McDonald's, Ford, Fender, IBM, Microsoft. Like so you go around buying
Mm.
these companies,
Businesses, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you put them on this little ladder that you have in front of you, and whoever gets to X amount first wins.
Wins.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a little easier to do with two people because the cards are really telling you to do a lot of this trading or stealing or whatever, as opposed to having to do the deal to get all three of your
Things
colors
together.
or whatever, right?
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
that's a little easier with but I could say traditional Monopoly, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
It is very
Yeah, when
poop
it comes
with
to
two people.
board games, I can only think of like card games. Really, like
for two
crib.
players?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
crib.
Scrabble.
I've never
Scrabble
done.
works with two.
I like multiple people, but I
Agreed,
guess you
yeah.
could. Yeah.
Could.
When you set yourself a goal in points,
Then it could be a bit better.
then yeah, say between two people, can we get 500 points?
Yeah. Okay.
And instead
fair.
of working against each other, you almost work in cooperation to a degree,
Mm.
right? You still keep track of separate
and
points,
then whoever gets.
Sure.
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
And then whoever
fair.
has the
I've
highest
never
point
tried
gets
that.
that "yay, I win" sort of thing.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never
But then you
tried
combine
this.
the points together, so you're
You're
kinda
working
cooper-
together
to this
okay.
end goal. So
Sort of.
Okay, that's not bad.
that's just kind of how we do it in our
Yeah.
family / household or whatever.
Nice.
It's just
Yeah, because
Yeah.
for me, another 2 players, another card game, Spite and Malice.
Oh yeah. That's
which
a great game.
which is a great game. 'cause
Pokemon. Pokemon's a great 2-player game.
I know you bring that up. I way back in the day when Sam was getting into Pokemon cards, we would actually play.
Yeah.
Nikki and I play.
Yeah, I haven't
between the
played
two
in
of us?
like 5 years.
Yeah.
but-
Buy
yeah.
cards and collect them up.
Yeah.
Collect them all.
Yeah,
And
I got a ton. I tried playing with my other son, and he wasn't quite in the same. He just wanted to collect. He kept getting angry with me. He's like, "Stop shuffling."
that's that's what I did when they first came out. Is man, I had a Charizard. Every time I hear that
Is
people
that
are,
like a big? Sorry, is that like worth? A
oh
lot
yeah,
of money? Okay,
it's
sorry.
worth like
I know Pokemon, but I don't know what's like
oh,
valuable or
the
not.
last one was sold for like $160,000
Oh
or
my
something like
fucking
that.
word! Holy
It's
shit!
it's
for
a
card.
hologram foil
Oh,
dealie,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I had one.
Have
from
we-
from the first original edition of the cards? Now they're
Oh.
on like edition good.
Yeah, but say,
Yeah.
some
But this is like the original when they first
original.
came out, kind of
It would
thing.
have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
worth a couple bucks had you not played
It
and
would have
enjoyed.
been no. It ended up getting lost in a car accident.
Oh,
Actually, I
no.
had it, for some reason I don't fucking know why. I had it in a little protective sleeve.
Oh, nice.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
and I had it in the glove box of my car for some
Weird
unknown
reason.
reason, and then the car got.
Ah,
yeah,
lame.
yeah.
Wait a minute. Did we shift dimensions? So now that Pokemon cards are worth more than sports cards?
Oh, Pokemon cards are worth a lot.
Because is there
of money,
even
dude.
any like whatever rookie cards out there that are worth that kind of money? I don't think there are.
Maybe a signed Wayne Gretzky rookie card?
It would have to be signed. I think that's
Exactly.
the one.
But the
difference.
fact that
Signed-
you're just talking
or
like
a
a basic
signed-
first gen Charizard card in
Yeah.
decent condition can fetch like a couple $100,000.
Oh, yeah, dude.
What the fuck? Like
yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah, those.
I mean, there's other
yeah.
cards out there that the same thing,
That's
thousands.
true. That's true.
but again,
thousands.
those are like the original,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
certain number. Like nowadays, the ones that they make.
Nowadays
Yeah.
they do they do
Yeah.
they do that where they'll make a limited number.
Which
of
they
the
do for
cards.
some sports cards as well.
I'm assuming it's very similar, which I don't play Magic the Gathering. Similar idea where there's a lot of first gen cards that are worth some money, but
Probably.
they now know their market, so they're releasing selectively, so that way. everyone
Ah,
gets their kind of-
Magic the Gathering.
I
Mhm.
remember that too.
Yeah.
One of those things I really wanted to be a gatherer, and
Yeah,
I
me too,
saved money, bought my first starter deck, went to
Mhm.
go play, and I got laughed at.
Yeah.
And I tried to play again, and I got laughed
Aw.
at.
I feel the same. Like everybody around us in high school, for those that don't know, Dave and I went to high school together. Everyone played Magic in some capacity, but I kind of
Yeah.
felt like I felt left out.
we
in the
were
same way.
cooler.
I had a
We
bunch
were
of,
cooler.
I had a bunch of those. I traded a baseball hat for a stack of Magic cards.
Nice.
Nice. That's good. That's a good trade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
why
played
not?
a lot of euchre in high school.
Ton of euchre.
Euchre
Ton of
had
asshole. Yeah.
Asshole.
Ton
We
of
played
asshole.
A lot of that.
I
That was
love.
pretty
yeah.
much our lunch every day.
Oh, every day.
Every
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, every day it was euchre and or asshole.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was basically it. And the funny thing is, I've done that for my entire life. Fuck, I have played euchre. I love the
Oh,
game
man.
of euchre.
We used to play a game called Go Buffalo.
Okay.
I've never heard of this one.
No, it's just Go Fish, but
Oh,
you have to get four to gain a point instead of a
Two.
pair. Yeah,
Gotcha.
because buffaloes run in herds.
It
Right.
makes
Oh, yeah,
perfect
yeah.
sense.
Makes perfect
I-
sense. Yeah, sure.
You didn't even need to explain
No.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
it was go beefalo because the plural of buff is beef.
Oh,
Right, of course. Yeah.
So if there's one buffalo but many beefalo.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
No, euchre is
OAJ.
definitely another one of those ones that. And again, with the New Year coming up and the Eves, I am greatly looking forward because, and I mean this lovingly to people who have bowed out who were supposed to come. We're gonna have 4 people.
Oh boy.
It is gonna be euchre. It is gonna be hearts.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
oh yeah, it's another one I love.
Card games. Euchre I've played. I always seem to forget the rules of euchre.
Nice thing about euchre, follow suit, and then after
Yeah.
that, trump if you want.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much always,
Pretty much always. Yeah.
Yeah,
unless
always
it's your
trump.
partner grabbing this trick.
Exactly.
but
Good
see,
success.
yes, I don't know. My parents and grandparents. Oh yeah, I grew up with that euchre all the time.
But,
Like,
I always
you
wanted
know
to
what,
learn how
yeah.
to play bridge, but I've never found a method to really do. Like I've seen the online ones. To me, it's another of those. Again, it's funny when I get to say something like this where I'm showing my age. I could never get into cards online.
Sure.
Right? Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
definitely not.
I went through
Yeah.
the poker phase, like everybody when hockey
Of
went on
course.
strike, and I had
No.
nothing better to do.
Yeah.
But online playing cards, no, I don't get really.
Yeah,
I did it when like I had no other games to play on my PC other than Hearts and Solitaire.
Oh,
But now that I do,
I make this statement, but as I was sitting at my kid's computer for the lovely, Christmas event that has just passed, what did I do when I noticed it? Oh, look, they have, solitaire. I did fire it up, and yes, I played one round, I think, and another one of I can't remember the name of the silly game. Where you have to-
Minesweeper.
No, I can't remember the name. But anyway,
You
I
break
played
out your
2.
Nokia.
Yeah,
and play
and-
Snake.
Sorry.
That was a good time. Fuck.
Go on. Sorry, Dave.
I'm just trying to think of the name. I think Free Cell.
Oh, Free Cell's
okay.
a great
Yeah,
game.
Free Cell.
Wonderful game.
Yeah.
It's fun times. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I played about one of each, and then I was done.
Yeah. Speaking of card battling games, card
We're
battling.
gonna start talking
Did
about
you guys
Yu-Gi-Oh
ever?
now.
Yeah, exactly. Did you guys ever play a game called Dominion?
No.
It's basically it is a board game, but it's all done in cards, and the idea is you're trying to gather the amount. What are you trying to do? Trying to grab the amount of land points, and you do that through purchasing. And all the cards have specific
No,
things that
nice.
you can and cannot do. It's actually a really fun game, and for as complex as it should be with terms of
Mhm.
rules and whatnot, the game goes by fast,
Nice.
and it's always different. Like you'll never play the same game twice. So if you ever get a chance to
Kind
play
of sounds
Dominion-
like a game that we have called The Batman Who Laughs Rising.
okay.
The Rising is like this style of game that this one company's come up with, but then they add franchises on top of
yeah,
it.
okay.
yeah.
Right. So you get this statue that you put in the middle, and it's part of the game. This in case is the Batman Who Laughs from the DC comics.
Right.
I think they have a Star Wars one where it's Darth Vader, and they have a Thanos one and shit.
Whatever they can do to bring more money in.
Yeah,
exactly.
essentially.
Yeah, that's
And then
fair.
you have cards,
Yeah.
right? And different you have your superheroes and then your villains, and then basically the idea is it's a cooperative game between you and whoever else to beat the Batman Who Laughs.
Mhm.
Right?
Oh,
And you
really?
you have a certain number of like super villains that you have to get through to get to him, to beat him, and then because the cards you get that go around him, like the cards that are
Mhm.
dealt onto the table, could be a combination of like, Batman, Superman, villains from properties, superheroes from properties, and you purchase them with dice roll,
Okay.
right? So little
Okay.
symbols. If you have X amount of symbols, you can get this character,
Yeah.
and then you put them on your team, and then they have abilities.
To go and do extra.
Because now they're on your team, you can use this ability or whatever.
Right.
But you can get like Batman and the Joker on the same team
nice.
Nice.
because he's against this one
Right.
character, right? And then like you and me would be trying to beat him, or us 3 would
Mhm.
be trying to beat.
Yeah.
So it's more of a cooperative as opposed to haha, I
Uh,
won.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting,
More
yeah.
of a
And it's
time.
fucking difficult.
that,
It's
yeah.
we have yet to beat it once.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was worth the money that
Yeah,
was paid
nice.
for it.
I
But
think
it's one of those games where it takes you like we're still sitting there with the rule. book.
Rule. Oppo. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
boy,
gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a thing with co-op games because I think one of my favorite co-op game is Pandemic. If you guys not played Pandemic, play Pandemic. But it's strictly co-op.
Yeah.
I think we've beaten it maybe twice out of the.
Nice.
I don't even know how many times we
They've
played
put,
it now.
They put some serious as opposed to like there's board games that you would get going into Walmart.
Yeah.
Right. And then what you're talking about is what would be considered a tabletop game.
It would be, yeah,
Right?
yeah, for sure, yeah.
So like
Ooh.
Monopoly's a board game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Pandemic
yeah.
or
or
Catan
Dominion
or
would be, yeah, for
Dominion
sure,
or this Rising or a few other games.
Sure.
Like, I'm trying to think. We've got a really cool Back to the Future one.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. You have to travel through time doing certain things, resolving events to get certain things, and then you have to take that thing back to its own time period because
Oh,
it's
fun.
broken up into all the time periods that the movie
Yeah,
has in
nice.
it
Yeah.
from the 1885 to 2015,
That's cool.
right?
That
And-
is cool.
That's
but you have
really
to avoid
cool.
Biff,
Okay,
right? Because Biff,
I think that's me.
because
I
it's
thought it
Biff.
yeah, because Biff's there. and
Yeah,
It's really fucking cool.
I
It's a
wanna
lot.
play that,
It's a
man.
lot of fun.
that sounds like a good
You
time.
should. Yeah.
Should.
Nice.
Have you guys ever played the love letter games?
No.
No.
It's just a simple card game where you're trying to suss
They have a
out-
Batman one.
I have
I
that
know
one.
what you're talking.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go
I
on
know.
about. Yeah,
Okay,
the
talk about
Batman
that
one.
because I'm
We should play it.
curious.
It's it's just a fun game where you're trying to suss out the Joker, and it kind of comes down when it's two players. No, I think you can play up to 4 players. It's kind of like a process of elimination,
Okay.
but the whole point is to get tokens. So
So it's like
you-
Clue.
yeah, in a way. But the little bit more dynamic,
yeah.
a little bit, but it's fun time. Cheap game too. I think you get it for like $20.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So, yeah,
That's what I always liked about Exploding Kittens.
Oh yeah,
That-
yeah.
I've got that one. Yeah, that's fun.
My kids love playing it.
It's
course.
fun.
If they
It's
don't want to
silly.
do anything, that's what they
It's
love.
silly.
It's just stupid fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep, and they love playing it. And then of course they have the freak out when they lose. But still, it's great. No?
That's kind of what that the one I was talking about before. Don't talk to strangers.
Yeah.
Because you have a stack of cards like this.
Yeah.
And then mixed into those cards are 2 cards. One is the stranger card.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you pick one of those, you automatically have to put an alien token on the board.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then there's a flying saucer one where you have to flip a coin, choose a kid who could potentially be abducted or not. Flip
Gotcha.
a coin. If it lands on one side, the kid gets kicked off the board.
Right.
Okay.
And then if it's on the other side, he's cool.
Right.
Same with kind of like Exploding Kittens. You have that stack where there's
Yep.
5 exploding kittens
Yep.
within the stack, and if you get it,
Yeah. I even
Right?
bought
Yeah.
one of the expansions. I know they have more now, but I bought one.
Mhm.
Yep. And it's just
it's silly.
It's a silly
it's
fun. That's what
I've
I
got-
like about it.
I've got a couple games like that. Again, more 2-player kind of things. One's like this. I think it's like, I can't. It's kind of obscene, but you're a wizard. The idea is you're a wizard,
Mm.
An
and you're
obscene wizard.
right, and you're
Sounds like a rapper name.
obscene
The
wizard.
obscene wizard.
But you have to put together a sequence of cards to make a spell to affect the other player.
Oh, that actually
Ah,
sounds
so
kind
it's
of
like-
cool.
Neat.
The I can't even think of because I haven't played it in so long. But like you have a name and then an effect and then a name, a name and action and then an effect.
Right.
Or something like that. So then they come up with really silly names for
Oh,
your
nice.
spells and stuff like that.
Huh.
Yeah, it's fun.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I've actually found more recently. Like again, my kids don't play. So when they were younger, they would want to play board games.
Right.
Now they're at that lovely age where they're teenagers and electronics, games, blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. But or Oculus Rifts,
You have to
fine.
use your hands.
Well,
It's a baby's
Something they'll
game.
get into, but others they won't. But I like my big thing is always got them, nice simple games. Like let's go do this. And so they started to get old. I thought, okay, maybe we could get into some more what I love games.
Oh,
Right.
of course.
I am
yeah.
one of those annoying people that loves Risk.
Oh no, Bones.
Like, well,
How many fights have we had because
yeah,
of
I know.
Risk? I know. I love Risk.
Could never get into it.
Oh,
I
fuck.
could never
Yeah.
get into it.
That
I-
says more about you than it. No, just kidding.
Actually, it's another great
Yeah.
example of
I don't know.
I bought the remake Risk, which has the whole space thing.
Yes.
I don't play it.
It was
No.
fine the first one
First
time.
couple
we took-
times,
yeah, it was fine. But
I
then,
like classic. Again,
Yeah.
another not dollar store, secondhand store where went in. I was able to get one of the '70s Risk boards.
Oh,
nice.
Oh
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
with the little containers and everything.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it and they were charging 10, they knew it was worth a couple bucks.
Nice.
I instantly picked it up. Oh yeah, done.
I have a G1 Transformers Risk.
Nice.
It's fucking awesome. It's so good. It's so good. It's the best thing of life.
Yeah.
Anyways, good on.
No, that's what it's just that to me is always the
That
game.
might interest me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, there you go. I'll
Yeah,
play
for
that.
sure. And
Anything
you can
risk
play
style.
you can play regular risk style. You can play whatever silly rules they have, which I don't really play with.
Right.
It's like-
Yeah, that was the other thing I really didn't like about the 2020 whatever. You get power cards. I'm like, no, you
Yeah.
don't fuck up.
You don't
Risk is
need
one of
that.
those
Oh,
games.
they did that with like Monopoly and shit too. Like just the old like regular Monopoly. There's like one of the die has like something on it that if you roll, you get
Really?
some sort of automatic thing or something.
Yeah,
like that.
no, see, I was
Yeah, that's
never a
not cool.
fan.
Nonsense.
Yeah, but and again,
I'm
the nice
okay-
thing about Risk though is that
Sorry.
you don't have to play with those rules.
Right, that's what I
which
was
is
gonna
good.
say. I don't. I'm
Yeah.
okay if you want to incorporate those rules. That's fine, but make it so you have a version that you don't have to incorporate those.
Yes.
rules.
Yeah,
so
that was
way,
always
yeah,
good.
for
yeah.
sure. I
Because
agree.
another one that I loved, and this one's I find a lot harder to get people to play with you because the setup alone takes an hour usually.
Mousetrap.
No, Axis and Allies.
Oh yeah.
I have
That's a
tried
great
multiple
game.
times. I still have it at home. I think I've played it end to end once with my father. Everybody else, they try. They really do try to, hey, Dave, yeah, I'll play that with you. And an hour later, can we start playing yet?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh wow.
Well,
really?
To be fair, and I'm not trying to blow smoke or anything, but you are a bit of a strategy mastermind. Like I think your brain works that way.
It's just
So-
video game.
I'm sure it is, but like it kind of sucks playing strategy games against you because typically you're inevitably gonna lose. Typically, like
Hey,
I think I've seen maybe 2, 3 people.
so I often lose at
Me
Risk.
too.
That one I played a lot of.
Sure.
I've lost
Risk,
that to my
Risk
father.
does have a massive luck component in terms of your dice rolling. So
So to my father, I will admit he usually has that good strategy, which I've learned from
Yeah.
Australia, Africa,
Yeah,
starter,
of course,
blah blah,
yeah.
South America. Anyway, what I still love, and I'm still angry about this. Yes, Melissa, I am still angry about this.
Yeah, Melissa.
yeah, Melissa.
She beat me honestly
Oh
at
my
a
God.
game of Risk, her first ever
Oh,
play
fuck off.
of Risk, and she beat me.
Bullshit.
And how? I think it was actually she was invading my Australia, whatever. And she had maybe 15, I don't know, some random number. I had maybe double. I rolled a whole shit ton of ones. She rolled a whole shit ton of sixes.
Oh my God.
Kicked my ass.
That's
I'd like to come up with some story
Oh.
that, she cheated. Nope. I was sitting right there.
Yeah.
Kept rolling sixes as I was rolling ones. Took me out.
Wow, that sucks. That
Yes.
sucks.
I'm not bitter about this at all. I just wanted to bring it up on the podcast. That's all.
That's okay.
I just wanted to talk about it.
But yeah, Risk is one of my faves. Like I have to admit, it's
I
one of
agree.
those. To me, though, it really is the style of game that everybody has to want to play.
Agreed. Because otherwise, it will
Yeah.
take longer than a game of Monopoly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
for
you can
sure.
have
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
come in.
I've experienced those.
Absolutely.
I've known people to play hour-long games,
Yeah.
hours-long games of Risk.
If I'm gonna
Alright.
play Risk, I usually plan the night. Like,
Yeah,
that
you
is the
should
game. Yeah.
be prepared for that. It might
Yeah.
not go that long. It's I don't know when it wouldn't, but it's possible.
Well, no, Risk is a game that generally will take some extra time,
Yeah, for
especially
sure.
when you go to the next level, like Axis and Allies.
Yeah.
That one definitely takes longer.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like that's you have your 4 to 6 hours set
Wow.
aside. Maybe not
But
for
it's fun.
Risk usually, but that one's a good hour plus usually.
Just like
Yeah.
Mousetrap.
Mousetrap.
Actually, just watched the whole
has-
thing on that the other day.
Has anybody ever actually played an entire game
When I was a kid.
of Mousetrap
Nope.
When I was a kid.
properly?
Yeah. It was broken, but yeah, we played it. It was
But
broken.
properly, where you have to like acquire the pieces
Yeah.
as you go along instead of just setting it up and then making it do its thing 3 or 4 times and going.
Only
it.
one time we did it. We played the game only one time, but then the rest of the times it was that. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted it. I don't know why. It was never purchased for me. Never received it as a present either. And then when I was older, I was at somebody's house and their kids had it. And I was like, can I play with them?
Yeah.
The kid's like, I don't want to play. Well, can I open it, look at it? I set it all up, and yeah, I just played with the traps.
Yeah, exactly.
And it works like twice, and then you're like, how the fuck do you even play this?
I have no
well,
idea the rules.
the whole thing, I don't want to get too deep into Mousetrap lore, but I watched this whole thing on the history of Mousetrap. I don't know why I was watching it, but I was. Research for the
I was
podcast.
gonna say,
that's
I
why.
can tell you why you're watching.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But basically, it was a guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but he wanted to take that kind of Rube Goldberg idea and turn it into a board game. And that was the idea, was to do it by building up the game as you go along. it.
Right.
I think it worked back then. It probably worked all the way up until the 80s with the iteration, maybe even the 90s, because I mean, that's how we know it, right?
Yeah.
But then after that, I don't I don't know. It's
Well,
you know.
it kind of sounds like the game Life. I think
Yeah.
is what it was called.
Yep.
I remember another one. As a kid, I would play it. I enjoyed it. I played it. I was about to say recently, but it's probably about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, it didn't have that same.
yeah.
Again, that's a game I don't think I ever played the way you were supposed to play it, like by the rules.
How would you play it?
Same with Operation.
Well, Operation I can see, but how would you play Life otherwise
I
if
don't
not
know.
with the
You
rules? Because if it's a game, you have to go from one point to the other point. Like, I
Yeah.
don't
See how many
know.
kids. So I think that's the thing I liked about it. Was always that little bit of a how many kids.
Yeah.
You know, did I get married? Which they
Yeah.
make video games of now.
I think
Called Life Simulator.
they didn't have the cards or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They just spun and moved.
Yeah, no,
I
you
got
just
Yeah.
As long as my general thing for any game, especially when you get to people who have a certain style or way, like we talked about euchre before. Some people play euchre with jokers instead of
Yeah,
the
well,
left
that's
and right
fucking
bowers.
weird.
It is fucking
Yeah,
weird.
never heard of those.
Oh wait,
ones.
let's just preface the story. Anybody who doesn't live in Ontario, Euchre is a wonderful card game with only half the deck, all high cards,
Mhm.
and how
keep score with fives.
Yeah, go look it up. It's spelled Euchre. Go look up Euchre.
Oh, everybody knows euchre. I
No,
think.
I'm telling you, they don't. I've been to Saskatchewan. They don't know
yeah.
what the fuck Euchre
Oh
is.
yeah, dude.
But to
True story.
BC, they don't know what Euchre
True
is.
story.
It's an
Really?
Ontario
True story.
thing. And an East Coast thing. I think East Coasters play some sort of variation
Yeah,
of
true story.
Euchre. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because to me, euchre is one of those things. Like I just described it. Like I've been playing that since I was 5 or 6 years old.
When
Yeah, it's been in my life
So-
my entire life.
Same.
Yeah.
In fact, you and your dad and your uncle taught me how to play euchre. Like it's a part of my life.
Mhm.
You know, like it's just been ingrained. However, I remember when I talked to somebody outside the province about euchre, they're like, they never heard of it. I'm like, well, maybe you're just a weird family. I don't know.
Maybe
But then it was like,
weirdos.
oh, you don't know euchre either? You don't know what is going on? And then I found out, yeah, it's more of an Ontario
Wow,
thing.
I have to admit, I did not know that
It's
shit.
really strange.
My
yeah.
entire life, I've just assumed everybody knows what the fuck euchre is.
Dave was today
I
years
was-
old when
I thought that someone was pulling a prank on me. I'm like, how do you not know euchre?
Yeah.
Like, how do you bullshit? Like, and they were telling me like variations of. There's like ones where you can keep points a different way, and there's one you can play
variations
without
is a common.
without bowers and things like that. But like the actual game of euchre is a regional
No,
thing.
I do another version of. You can't call it euchre, but it's that same similar-ish style. Black ball.
Oh, I love black ball.
I love
that
black
game.
ball too.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a
that's
fun, party
game.
Yeah, it's
I
that.
was just thinking about that game. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I don't
it's-
play. Yeah, I don't play many card games.
yeah,
It's a
no.
very simple game. Oh, you can keep looking.
Well, no, that's basically it. It's a simple. It's euchre style, but no trump, and you basically look at your hand, and you're like, I'm gonna get. So you get you start generally by at the top, go to 1, go back up to the top, blah blah blah. You have 10 cards in your hand. I'm gonna get 5 tricks.
Based off what Trump is.
Yeah. Chris then
And,
says, I'm gonna get 3 tricks.
Right.
And you're like, I'm gonna get 2. Nope, you dealt. You can't pick 2.
Yeah, you can't pick the amount
Somebody-
of possible. Someone has to get blackballed.
Yeah. It's a fun game. All right. So
We'll play that.
Yeah, we'll play that one. Yeah.
Sure.
I like crib.
I do love crib too.
Crib's all right.
I'd like to play more crib.
So,
Cribbage. Yeah.
Crib to me is one of those beautiful games that I love playing with my wife because you don't even have to bring out the board. You can just play crib.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But you bring out the board and you have fun. And this is rare to say, I don't like playing 3-player.
No, I find it's a 2-player kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Like, I
Feels
know
like
you-
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
I know you can because the
can.
board has like
Of course.
And I have.
multiple lanes on it.
Yeah. And I have played it that way. And it doesn't really change anything. It's just something about it. I'm like,
But anytime I've ever seen it played, I think it's been between 2 people.
yeah, I'm more of the
Yeah,
2-player. To me, it's a
yeah.
2-player only. The 3 is just in case you break one of the pigs in the
Yeah.
fucking
Right?
wall.
Like I did when I was a kid. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure my parents still have that euchre board with
Amazing.
one of the peg nubs.
Yeah.
Nice.
stuck in it.
That ain't coming out.
Yeah.
That's
No,
there for
no.
life.
Yeah.
Right on. To your point about your kids and the board games and stuff, I have noticed the surgence of board games being migrated to electronics. I know there was a massive one where Catan and a bunch of other ones are now
Oh
on
man,
the
when we
Switch.
were kids, I remember there being shit on like Super Nintendo. And
Yeah.
Nintendo
I
and stuff
remember-
like
It's
that.
just furthermore now with indie
Yeah.
games and beyond, which I think is crazy.
I remember playing Monopoly on my dad's XT.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
And what did I do? I made sure I never played against the computer. I set up 4 other people, and I'd always have the 3 other people sell me their properties for $1.
I see why you're good at strategy games now. Okay, it makes sense now. All right.
Like I look back at that, I'm like, yes, I spent hours, as much as I hate to admit this, as a child, cheating myself while playing a board game on an XT computer.
It's the same as cheating at solitaire. Like, why? Like, what, to feel good about yourself?
Hey, when you
or-
get pissed off at it, and you can see that stupid
I
card
know.
right there.
I know.
Whoops, well,
Fuck
fuck.
it. I'm not doing 3 deal. I'm doing 1 deal. It's my game. I can do whatever I want. All right. 2 games. I mean, they're electronic, but I think these are board games that we got into over the holidays. We typically do all holidays. One is Mario Party, which is basically a board
Yeah,
That
game.
one is a good
yeah,
one.
for
That one's
sure.
a fun one. It's the new style of
You
board
bought
game.
the new,
Yeah,
you bought
exactly.
the new one.
We do,
Yeah.
which is just a rehash of old ones. But we're
Yeah.
not going to get into that. It is a lot of fun. And a series that I've been hooked on forever is the Jackbox series.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Those are fun too.
They are, and I think they're awesome games to play with families
Yep.
of massive sizes. You can play up to 8 to 10 people, I think. Right, and they're
Yeah.
very
They're
same
great.
vein.
And the other thing I really liked about them, this is more, last year this time, but we're still super COVID
Yep.
crap, no meeting, no Christmas, nothing. We would get online and we would play
Yep,
those
yep,
together.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
I think honestly, I really think that helped us during that.
Oh, it
time.
did.
Yeah, for sure.
We actually had family time
Yeah.
with extended family.
Yeah.
We're all connected remotely.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
playing.
They're great, and
Yeah.
they're really fun. They're we just got Jackbox 8, and there was this really fun. Well, Drawful's the popular one where you draw
Yeah.
the little thing. It's animate now, so you can have like these little animations that you got to bid
Oh,
on.
nice.
I don't know. It's just a good time, and it
Mhm.
kept us busy for the holidays. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, they were
Hmm.
doing freebies on the Xboxy one for a bit.
nice.
Yeah, and so the kids and I. Now this one's a little different because we're all together in the room.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we would sit there and you connect on the mobile and we would play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. And
Yeah.
now I want to try it. The recent or maybe last couple recent ones, you can actually play against your audience, so you can have an audience watch you. And then they now have games and dynamics where you can play.
They do
against
that
each other.
on
Kinda fun.
on YouTube on Smosh.
Oh, okay, cool.
Smosh Gaming does that.
Right on.
Well, they'll do it on Twitch,
Ah, nice.
so the Twitch audience can get involved.
Participate. Yeah,
nice.
for sure. For sure.
What's funny is our whole description always reminds me, like the name, of course, popped out of the brain, but there was like a vampire guy on the VHS tape.
Oh,
and-
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yes, yes.
Ah,
He was
that's
like
a
he was
game.
more
I
like a
remember
crypt keeper kind
playing.
of
Yeah,
character.
something
yeah.
like that.
But
yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
being really wanted to play it. 'cause
That
I
always
was like, oh, it's a
reminds
horror
me.
game. Oh,
That
what?
reminds me of that Community episode
Oh, yeah.
where they have the board game with the VHS tape, and it's the Wild West, the Wild West
For
one.
sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that was an old game.
Oh yeah, I played that
I remember that
up
one.
in Toronto with buddies that lived up there because it was their game, and I just thought it was amazing.
So much
Stop the tape.
Yeah. Oh shit! I just remember us having a good time with it.
For sure. Yeah, no, I remember that game. Board games are the best. What other games you guys want to talk about? On your mind?
One thing I've been a bit challenged on is trying to find more, and we talked a little bit about it, but just that concept of trying to find something for my get some electronic into it.
Yeah.
Like one games I do have to admit that the kids will play, along with the Kittens fun, is I can't remember the brand name, but you buy the little box and they're like little mystery games. And basically, you go through this book and you go card by card, and you have to cut things and glue
Oh,
things
never heard of it.
together.
Very interactive.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very, and the kids will play that. So
Mm.
I love it, but of course, yeah, I've spent $20, so they're not horribly priced, but
Yeah.
$20, and you can never play again. You can't even give it to somebody else because you literally cut and paste. And
It's
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's, on one hand, it's one of those things that I love, and I have to admit, we've played 3, so yes, I've spent like 60 plus, HST. And then I just for Christmas Santa dropped off a one that came on 3 games in a box.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
Gotta
the
see
kids
these.
want to play it, so I'm excited. But it's one of those things of, I wish we could play this and play it again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not just ruin cards or anything, but actually be able to play again.
I don't know if it's electronic or not, but a fun game you can play with your kids. It's called Block Us.
Never heard of it.
You've heard of it?
Heard of it.
It's basically everybody gets the same set of tiles, which are shaped similar to Tetris style pieces,
Hmm.
if you will. They're different, and the whole idea is you you're trying to cover as much of the board, get rid of as many pieces as possible to win the game. But the trick is you can't touch any borders that you're already bordering, so it becomes a very kind of complex
Interesting.
style of game. But it's very simple to play. Your kids might be really into it. It's
I
definitely
should check
something
it
to-
out actually, because to me I know it's probably not the same, but it reminds me kind of like a Chinese checkers
Yeah,
style.
very similar idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. No, a little bit more
Probably
robust, I
yeah,
guess,
yeah.
a tiny bit, but yeah, very similar style.
Yeah, gotcha.
definitely. It's I don't know. It won't take you long. You probably
No.
do a game in 20 minutes, but if you keep
Sorry, the
going-
game just popped in my head.
Sure.
Ramoli.
Oh, Ramoli, yes.
Or
Get the
Parcheesi.
Tea.
Oh,
So much fun, yeah.
I loved
Jeez.
Ramoli. That
Yeah,
you
Ramoli's
get
a good time.
yep. Another one of those fun games where we would play with the pennies, and of
Mhm.
course at the winner, what do you get? Nothing. But
No.
you're the winner.
You're the winner.
I think my favorite board game of all time, and I'll fight you if you say this isn't a board game, Crokinole.
I don't think I've ever
What's
played
Crokinole?
Never
Crokinole.
played
I've heard of
Crokinole?
it, but I've never played it.
So you got this big wooden board, and then
Okay.
you get these little wooden disky things.
Okay.
They kind of look like checker pieces.
Mm.
You could use checker pieces. Pretty sure my grandpa had checker pieces. And then it's kind of like curling, where you have to flick your little piece to get it
To the
into the center, and then that's, I guess, the center is kind of like your highest point value.
Gotcha,
And then there's a
okay.
couple things back that are lower
Lower.
point values, and then there's like a foul line. But you have to hit another player's thing, so the point is to knock the other player out, but
Hmm.
then bounce yourself into a position where you're either going to get a point at the end of the round,
or at least
extra
take
Yeah.
them out.
or try to get into the middle.
yeah.
Who would say that's not a board game? That sounds like all the pieces of a board game right there.
But it's like the simplest board game, like you have.
Well, it's the
You
sit
have all
back
these-
and have fun.
Yeah.
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 That sounds
Yeah.
like a great game.
It's
I
a-
want to play
it's a fun-
Crokinole now.
It's like
Yeah.
dominoes,
Yeah.
right?
See if my parents will bring that board down for
Yeah.
me.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Will it fit there?
Yeah, it will actually fit there. It's probably about. It's
That same.
probably like that much
Ah,
smaller
perfect.
on the edge. It's a
Down.
2-player game,
Nice.
but you could do the tournamenty style.
Oh yeah,
kinda
you just
thing,
tournament
but
style.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a
for
fun
sure.
time.
it's a very fun game.
Nice.
And I think on the other side of my grandpa's Crokinole board was a checkerboard.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Or
that's what I used to play with.
Or a
with grandpa.
chessboard
Yeah.
for us sophisticated folks.
Chess.
No checkers.
I have to admit, I love chess because
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I know how to play.
Absolutely.
I will play, and I feel that I'm pretty good at games like Risk, Axis, and Allies. Chess, yeah, no, nope. I start a game, I know the rules, and I just kind of, yep, I'll move that. Yep, I'll move that. Oh, you're attacking me. I'm gonna get you back. I have no style. I've
No, I-
never figured out
No style is your style.
That,
Yeah.
There you go. Actually, it's a good
You could
point.
have tiger style.
Yeah, no. I remember playing in high school for a little bit. I tried joining the chess club, thinking I would,
Yeah.
I think I lasted maybe 2 weeks.
Right.
Well, you realize, like, as good as you think you are, you're like, no. When people are like dedicating their lives to chess,
Oh, yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
you're,
yeah.
you're at another level. Okay, all right,
Okay, Bobby Fischer.
for sure,
It's like
yeah.
going to Vegas and, of course, seeing people play poker, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not that
No,
dumb. You may be
exactly.
the worst in Vegas. You're going to kick my ass.
That's
Right.
right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
That's why I'd go and play Casino War.
Ah,
There's
nice.
no skill needed for that.
No, there's not. There's definitely
That
not.
is chance.
That
Yep.
is chance. Yeah.
I don't mind chance. Like, again, if I'm going to a casino, I know in the end they have some high percentage up here.
Of course.
I've just never been able to really get into the machines too much. Like I
No.
find, like you have that in town here, and I love my wife. I'm not
Wait,
trying to
what?
make fun.
Casino War isn't just some dude standing behind a thing, and then he flips a card over, and then flips your card over, and then that's that.
No, there's a legit game, Casino War.
No, I want that to be a game. Like war, like you play.
It
with
is
your
one.
friends.
That's
There is
exactly
one.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
think the way that it works though is that they get ties.
I think so. Yeah. I think ties go to the dealer.
Yeah.
But it's your best odds at any game at a casino.
But ties.
Craps are your best odds.
But
Oh, sorry, craps,
but
and
ties,
then war.
But
Yeah,
ties means war.
it does. And then you do the war thing, and then whatever
You know
happens,
what? I think
if you
might
tie
be
out
onto
again,
something.
you lose, or how it works. I don't know.
But that means double war.
Okay, we have to go to the casino.
Yeah,
Is that here in town, or do you have to go
No,
to Vegas?
I don't know. I think you got to go to Vegas.
Okay, well, we'll go
I've
to
only
Vegas.
seen it in Vegas and
I don't think
Macau, so
card-
I don't
I
know
don't-
if we
is-
have it here.
I don't think card gambling is legal.
You have to go to Niagara, and the thing I
Yeah.
always two things, and I'm not trying to knock our government. Yes, I am. if we're gonna build fucking casinos, let's do them properly.
Yeah.
2 rules. A, have a couple tables that are $5
Right.
or
Right.
$1, right? Like, come on.
You
Even in Vegas, you don't even have to go to old Vegas.
Don't
Even
have
in
to.
Vegas, you can get $5 tables.
You can literally go to one of the Bellagio and play for nickel
Exactly.
table or
Yeah.
our nickel machines. Like it's not.
Yeah.
anyways,
Well,
yeah.
machines I don't care about because we do have
I
that.
know, I know.
I'm talking the table.
The tables.
games.
You're right. You're right. They have cheap tables. Yes.
Second rule, yes, free alcohol is a requirement if you're going to run a fucking casino.
That's right. How you gonna keep them there?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, you charge me $9 a beer. Fuck
I know I've talked
And-
about it, but I'm going to bring it up every frickin'
Sorry.
episode.
I have a third one to add.
Oh,
to
sorry.
this.
Okay, go ahead first.
Third one. Smoking.
Even in Vegas, you're not allowed to anymore.
Not even.
That gives the person time to go outside, away from the machines or away from the table, and have a smoke and regret their decision.
But that's why they ban smoking, so that way you don't have the time to do that. You keep putting more money in the machines.
Yeah, you just save your lungs. And if you really need nicotine, they'll sell you patches at the mini mart.
That's right.
I don't
No,
know,
that's-
actually.
So what were you gonna say? Sorry, on
I
this point?
forget my point now.
I agree
I'm an
though.
asshole,
It would be
sorry.
nicer if there was a smoking component. All jokes aside, maybe
Well,
not
and again, I know I've mentioned this probably in the podcast too. One of my favorites, first time going to Vegas, getting off that plane. I was
Oh,
a
yeah.
smoker back then. People just walking in this airport with
Yeah.
cigarettes. I'm like, am I allowed to smoke?
I
Can
know.
I do that?
Blows your mind. Like what? You guys smoking cigarettes?
Yeah,
Like,
but yeah, that's long gone,
Oh, yeah.
long gone.
Wow.
yeah, those days
Which
are
is
gone.
good. And again, it's one of
Sure.
those.
Yeah.
It was great back in that day, yes, but
Ultimately, it's for the best.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
it is for
for
people
sure.
that work and all the standard stuff.
Besides, you're already gambling. Like, how many more, vices do you need
gambles
to?
do you need
yeah,
to-
like come on.
Well, and that is one thing for Vegas, and it's always even a gambler, go and stay a weekend because it's just
yeah,
cool.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
They
Yeah.
should have casino monopoly.
They do.
They probably do actually.
Oh,
I
actually,
know
no,
they
the
have-
card game, but they definitely have it on like some
I know
sort
they
of
have
digital.
slot machine
Yeah,
monopoly
definitely,
and shit
definitely
like that.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like the board game.
Where you just sit and play for hours.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be an expensive game.
Yeah.
Just
Actually,
imagine-
But you use real money.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
if you use real money, it
Yeah.
kind of puts a style on it.
didn't Mr. Beast do that? They did like a real life version of Monopoly. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know Mr. Beast, the YouTuber. Shout out to you, Mr. Beast, by the
No.
way. He's #1 on YouTube for the year, which is pretty crazy.
He's #1 on YouTube for the
Like ever,
forever.
I
from
know.
now. He's
Well, he's
that
doing all the
cat-
right things.
That cat's got 85 million
yeah,
subscribers.
yeah, he's doing all the right things. Yeah.
Like
Nice.
he's got billions of views.
Go check out his channel. You will not be disappointed. He does lots of wonderful philanthropic
Yeah.
things, and on top of other ridiculous, crazy things.
Yeah.
But yeah, they played a live game of Monopoly with real money and gave a contestant $15. Never ran around the board and buying a property and whatnot, and someone won. I don't know what it was like
Thousands.
No, more than that.
Was it
They won a lot of
Half a
money.
million?
I think about
Yeah.
$500,000. They
I don't
made.
think he went $500,000, but still fun game.
Yeah, they fudged it a tiny
Okay,
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
well that's fair.
Because his whole thing is like try to give you as much money as
They just-
possible.
Okay.
They
Got
just
it.
did real life Squid Games without killing
They
people.
did that too. Yeah. Did you see Squid Game?
Minus
I've
the-
seen
minus the
well,
murder.
I'm aware of enough
You
of
understand
it.
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
My son was huge into it.
It was
Yeah.
wonderful. But they did a real life one, which was
Yeah.
amazing. That's a really
Again,
nice.
minus the murder.
Well, that's
minus
good.
the
I'm
murder.
glad to
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
minus
yeah,
the
yeah.
murder.
Yeah.
Takes a little bit of the style of the show, but okay.
That's true.
But again, someone won like almost $500,000
Yeah.
doing it. And what's funny was like I thought it was clever because there's certain they did the whole jumpsuit with the numbers.
Oh,
for
okay,
everybody.
yeah.
And Mr. Beast go like, well, you can't lose because you're part of the plot. So for significant.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. And oddly enough, one of the guys, like the main character, made it till the end. Anyways,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Nice.
A Squid Game is very much like board games, kind of, sort of. Not really.
I wouldn't call it a board
Childhood games.
game. I'd
Yeah.
call it a game.
It's playground games.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
Sure.
should have
Foursquare.
casino
First score was fun. That was fun.
casino Monopoly. Casino Trouble. Remember those games?
I
Trouble and
did
what
not
was the
like
other one?
Trouble.
No.
the
Trouble
other
was too
one
random.
was, there was Trouble and there was another one.
Snakes and
Like
ladders.
procrastination or something like that. I don't remember. No,
Procrastination.
I'm just
No idea.
saying words now.
I know
So-
Trouble. Wasn't a fan even as a kid. Yeah.
It was another one of those bubble poppy game
Mhm.
dice
Yeah.
things.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh, I do remember the shit with were they hippos and they would
Oh, Hungry
Oh,
Hungry
Hungry
Hippos.
Hippos,
Yeah, that was a
Good
fun
time.
one as a
That was
kid.
fun.
I remember
Yeah.
that
Or
was a kid.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most Canadian game ever.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Totally is.
Sorry, sorry, eh?
Oh, sorry, eh?
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Oh,
Sorry,
you got to
sorry.
go back to the beginning now, eh?
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
Hey, guy.
Can I give you a ride?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Kind of want to get into Dungeons and Dragons.
Have you ever played any tabletop RPGs before?
Well, here's the why.
Okay.
So the wife and I, we're curious about the Dungeons and Dragons, but
Sure.
we don't know a whole bunch of people and
Oh,
and that
talking to
kind
the
of
right guys. Like,
I'm laughing about
Let's-
something else
let's-
entirely. I'm
let's
sorry.
just-
Go tell your
Right.
story.
So we bought this version of Dungeons and Dragons, which is more of a board gamey kind of thing. It's called Adventure Begins.
no,
or
that sounds
something
like
that.
blasphemy.
Listen to your hole for a second.
All right.
Cram your face pocket. So you set up this like kind of board, right? You can kind of set it up in 3 or 4 different ways, and then you have these different cards that pertain to each section of the board
Mhm.
that have like monsters or actions or whatever. So whoever's reading the card is almost playing the part of the
The DM for
DM,
that scene.
for that
see.
scene.
Yeah, I've heard of
And then
this.
you have little dudes, and you
Yeah.
go through, and you can, and yeah, you have to fight monsters and
Yep.
with dice rolls and stuff like that. But I think the one of the major differences is you pick your character, and they
Yeah.
already have predetermined attributes.
It's a simplified rule set.
yeah,
It's a fun game.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
of this. I've not played, but I've
It
heard.
is fun.
It is
So
a fun game.
because of that,
You want to play
I want to play.
the real version.
I want to play for real.
Hey, I'm up for real.
Not
I
for-
even
not for play.
I have some old. I think I do. I have the vampire. I don't know if I
Oh,
have the
Vampire
D&D
Masquerade?
anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
Well, we were
Masquerade.
thinking about getting.
I know
this-
who does have D&D.
It's
can ask
becoming,
for some-
I think, more popular again, and they've come out with. You can even get it at Toys R Us.
Oh, you
um,
can. Yep.
It's a beginner's box.
Oh, yeah.
I actually
kind of
have.
thing. And then there's another level above that you can get as well. And there's like
Yeah.
$30 a piece. Or
Yeah,
something
I
like that.
have the beginner's box because I actually bought it 6-7 years ago, and I spent the summer playing with my kids.
There you
Yeah?
go.
Yeah. I did a simplified version with them, a little less dice. I let them roll the dice, but let them win all the time.
See, we're all about the dice and stuff like that. Like we're interested in that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Well,
Real life, yeah.
yeah.
If it was adults,
yeah.
I'd play.
Yeah.
If I knew more people,
You do?
you play too.
So the thing,
You
on-
do play.
Uh-huh.
I am totally up for playing some
For
D&D
sure.
or a variety from that. I
Or
just
you
have
get to be
one
the DM
golden
'cause
rule.
You're a good storyteller.
I
Yeah,
have my
I just
moments.
have one golden rule. We set up a schedule that must be
Agreed.
followed.
Agreed. Yeah.
Because one of my big pain points when I was younger and into D&D, like even at the club, I know
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Vampire and the other ones,
Sure,
but
rage and shit.
you get started, you make the character, you do maybe 2-3 sessions, and then
Fizzles.
they didn't show up, and
Yeah.
then they didn't show up, and then boom, the game's over.
I got you.
Yeah.
And the whole point of it, and again, you can spin a version of this where people get way too in depth and blah blah. It's like video games for F's sakes. It's just that I want to have fun with this, which means you come together this set time. Here's how long we play, and that's what we do.
Yep.
And the other
Okay.
thing is good for the DM, whoever that is, because they can plan out. All right, I need to keep everybody kind of entertained for 2 hours, and
Yeah.
For the whole time.
Yeah.
For the whole of time.
yeah.
For
But I'm up for
all
it.
of the time.
We just have to have a set time and thing. It'd be similar to this other thing I've heard about. It's podcasting. Where people come together.
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah. Right. They do.
No,
it
we
on-
can start
They
a-
do it on Wednesdays.
We can start a Twitch channel of us just playing D&D. I'm sure. Our
It is out there,
I'm sure our tens of fans would love that.
Right.
Come watch us
I
on
know.
Twitch.
I don't know. Maybe the wife and I'll get that whole beginner
I'm
box
in.
thingy too, and
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
we'll make up some
Yeah.
characters and
You know the thing is, like
I'll let
D&D
you,
is
I'll let you borrow it if
D&D
you
is
want.
great because it's like the original, if you will, RPG. But when you start to look at other systems, you realize how deep these kind of games can go.
oh yeah,
In any game, though, the big thing is, and this really comes from the DM,
Mm-hmm.
is we all at the very beginning agree to the style.
Yeah.
Because given any RPG in that old school manner, are we totally to the T to the letter?
Right.
Doing saving throws for walking up the effing stairs.
Mike Weatherby.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You're
Mike.
not supposed to say your last
name.
name. Because there's that
No,
style. And
fun,
yeah, that's just it. The fun stuff.
funny,
Yes.
jokes.
Exactly. We're here to have fun. We're here to have a good time. And again, like anything, when I was in public school, I had a good moment with another buddy. We would just do one-on-one, no real rules. But I would die, my character, and I'd be like, "Oh God!" He goes, "Oh, an angel just came out of your butt and is saving your life." And again, like,
That's a
it's-
good DM.
That's the whole point.
That's it.
Yes,
yeah.
you've died. Because you died, you lost all your money, which still sucks. But hey, at least I'm
You
back
lose
alive.
your
My
character.
character's
Yeah.
still there.
Can
I
I,
know.
fight a panda? I want to fight a panda.
You can.
You sure
The
can.
DM has to.
Well,
really
yeah,
style that.
if the panda's available. I mean,
Yeah,
if there's
yeah.
no panda, what are you going to use it?
I wanna fight a-
Imaginary?
I want to fight a panda.
Yeah. I was actually very
No,
impressed.
for real, I want to fight a panda.
Oh, okay.
Good luck.
Good luck. I think you'll lose.
No,
When you're
no.
going to
Don't-
schedule this
I'm gonna fight a
call.
baby-
Yes, please.
I'm gonna
We'll
fight a baby panda.
Here's the thing.
Whoa,
you know
wait
what?
A minute. No, that makes
That's
you an asshole.
that's an
Oh.
asshole.
I'm gonna fight
Yeah.
a teenage panda.
Teenage Mutant Panda Bear. So,
Teenage Mutant Panda Turtles. What?
just remember, it's not just a panda; it's a panda bear. And if you've never encountered a bear before, it's probably not a good time.
Make sure it has pants on, then you can go.
Yeah.
and
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe I should fight a koala.
Even I don't think you should. I don't think you should fight those either. Apparently, they're assholes too. Like they will fuck
Oh
you
yeah,
up.
they have like chlamydias or something.
I don't know about that, but I know if you mess with their eucalyptus, they will mess with you, and
I
you
thought
don't
you were
want
gonna
them to mess
I
with
thought
you.
he was gonna say ukulele. I started thinking about a little koala playing the ukulele in a tree.
Now I want a ukulele made out of eucalyptus. I don't know why, but that's what I want in my life. That's great.
It's my eucalyptus.
But yes,
ukulele.
if you are going to go fight a panda bear, please make sure we know about it. so
Yeah,
we
we'll
can-
get it scheduled on the
Yeah,
podcast
okay.
and
Definitely.
everything.
Yeah, we
yeah.
got to have that on.
We'll
the-
come a
in D&D
pre-warning.
I mean, we're going to help, right?
in D&D too, I want to fight a panda. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really want to fight a panda. That's
I know.
I did
That's
have the
fine.
original D&D. Oh, that brings me back so many memories.
Indeed. Yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah. D&D's
I really want to play that. I haven't thought of that in so long. Thank
I
you.
know. I was
I'm gonna go
proud
dig
when
in.
we went when in our Boys and Girls Club days. I was really happy to be able to take one character from I think we were playing Vampire, something of that,
Mhm.
and moved him through another RPG and then a live action RPG and then put him into another RPG.
Yeah.
That was storytelling at its finest. That
The
felt really good.
vampire, that whole series, because of the werewolves, the
Yeah,
vampire.
the wraiths and wizards.
So Twilight the game.
No,
Oh,
no,
liars.
God,
Oh,
dude, listen, you have no idea the offense
liars.
you're causing right now.
Liars.
They are going to
No
find you
idea.
and hurt you.
You're gonna get kicked off the podcast. You keep talking like that. You don't
Oh,
understand.
okay.
You don't understand.
Okay.
Sorry.
Again, I liked it, but to me, and it's really about your style. So D&D, at least my memory of D&D is there is a lot of the dice involved.
Yes.
When you talked about the vampires and the werewolves, dice was there, but it was
Sure.
far more story.
Yeah, much more story oriented. Yeah, much
Yeah.
more, and things were a little bit more open ended in terms
it
of
was
your
about
stats.
you guys. It was very much as a group we made a story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's really.
You
cool.
have some
I
people. that
think
were kinda
that's
more-
why. Whether the Wizards of the not Wizards of the Coast. What is the name of the White Wolf? White Wolf is the name of the
Oh, but
company.
they're gone now.
Are they gone now?
Oh,
No.
they're lost.
Well, then where do I need to know where those properties got sold to. But anyways, White Wolf, the creators of these systems, made it so it's more of
Yeah.
a storytelling adventure, which
Yeah,
is really
they're
fun.
gone.
So
I think
yeah,
it's all
it's a shame.
gone. To
it's a
unfortunately,
real shame. Well, they're still
Yeah.
making video games for fuck's sakes. There's the new Vampire the Masquerade game coming out soon. So
Really?
yeah, I'm probably gonna buy it. Probably. Trust me, Vampire the Masquerade is nothing like Twilight. Twilight wishes they were. No, they made their money. They don't wish anything.
Yeah,
They don't care.
wish
They don't care about nothing. But in my humble opinion, it is the perfect vampire lore that they created within their system.
it was fun. It was
It's
a
really fun.
good style. Just again, what I liked about it was a lot of lore and everything.
Yeah,
And at least our introduction to it, my perception was
Sure.
it was very laid back and just fun. Yeah, you want to be that
Yeah.
kind of vampire? All right, yeah,
cool. Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, one
do
little
that.
jacket. Yeah, you do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you work it, and then you would get extra points. I'm sure that this you can do this in D&D too, but more so in this. You get extra points to your stats based off your backstory. So you put more work and effort into your backstory, the DM's going to reward or GM was going to reward you with extra points, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to put time into your character. Right? So, but we should definitely get an RPG going. If it's D&D, let's fucking do it. That'd be fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm up for it. Sold.
Let's do that. And yeah, I'll
right.
happily DM, even though I've
So
never
we need
DM'd.
to wrap this up so we can go play some D&D.
Yeah, let's go do that. Yeah, let's get on that. I mean, now we're on tabletop. Or no, we're not. Sorry, now we're on to RPGs. So now it's.
Yeah, well, it
fun.
counts.
It definitely counts.
Oh, it counts.
Definitely counts.
Basically, from my perspective, board games really were always just that way of interacting with somebody
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
somebodies. Like
and
again,
passing the time. And
yeah, it's passing the time without putting it on the television
Yeah.
or doing other some random stuff, which isn't always bad, but it's just
Oh.
it was always nice that and that's one thing I personally always like about the card games because we're just that simple. Yeah, okay, let's whip it out, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
at it. Yep, agreed. Yeah, I always felt board games were things you do when you're bored. No, it's just giving you something to do. There's a purpose
it's
to get together.
entertainment
Yeah,
as a group,
exactly.
yeah.
Hanging out and like
And-
you said, not
And I think it's
television or
part of the
anything.
reason why it's coming back is because we're trying to society-wise, getting a little bit more of that style of, let me put this here, turn it off,
Yeah.
and let's just have some fun at the table.
For sure. Yeah, it took
Yeah.
a while for us to get out of our cell phone addiction, but it's starting to.
Oh, I'm not out of it because I did.
No,
say
I
it
know,
was
I
just
know.
right here.
Like, I gotta know where it is.
I need to go pee. Why are you taking your cell phone?
Because pee?
Yeah. How do you use a toilet without a cell phone now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I have seen guys taking a piss with a cell phone in one hand. I'm like, that's.
At the urinal?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's like one of these where they're like, you should be focusing on one or the other, buddy. You should.
Well, as long as you're not
you
doing one of those.
Dude.
Dirty. Don't shake his hand or use his phone.
Yahtzee.
Moving
I
on.
forgot about Yahtzee.
Did we though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yahtzee is fun.
It is a
Can be
fun
fun,
game.
Yahtzee is good.
It's one of those good games where I agree it's fun, but it's one of those you play once, that was fun.
Yeah.
Don't
no, we
make it a
played-
night.
Oh God, Nikki and I played so much Yahtzee at the beginning of this whole lockdowny, pandemic-y thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous.
I don't know if I could do that much.
I can't even remember what the statistic was, but we sat there and rolled. We counted how many times we would roll until we got a Yahtzee.
Oh my God.
I think it was up in the 60s, if not more.
My goodness.
Nice.
Yeah.
My goodness, that's fun. I feel like I could do that with Scrabble. I could play Scrabble pretty much every day.
Yeah.
It's words. Fun to make up words and Yeah.
You're not making up
well,
words.
make
Yeah, I
words.
better say.
Make words.
Okay,
sorry.
there you
Pick
go,
up the
yeah,
up part.
yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you
I mean, I guess you could play.
The point version that was
That way.
described. I like
Yeah.
that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We play sometimes where you start with a word in the middle. So like
Oh, to build off of it?
yeah,
Oh,
nobody
okay.
gets points up for it or anything like that. You just
Right.
start with
Make the best word.
bacon.
Yeah.
And then-
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll
Yeah,
go with that.
nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. It's a good time.
Or you can use curse words. That's a fun way
Sure.
to play.
That is a fun way.
Yeah, but yeah.
You can use curse words.
Yeah, well, so I was about to just say, well, if you're playing with adults. So, speaking of board games, I actually did just recently play a game with my children involved. It was during a nice, lovely Boxing Day family get-together, and one of my sisters had brought over Cards Against Humanity,
Oh, yes.
Yes.
which is a fun game.
It is a fun game.
My children played.
Humorous.
How are you with that? With your kids playing?
I was actually kind of okay. What is more entertaining is one of my children beat me in that game
Oh,
by
no.
getting 2 cards.
No. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Well, I also, it was a good test to know where my children are on that,
Oh, yeah.
how much do they know level? Because,
Yeah.
I will admit, the younger one, what does this mean? What does this mean? Just put it back in the pile, get a different card. I will admit, the older child, except for one acronym, knew it all.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that-
Oh
I get-
boy.
Then again, it's the teenager level, so.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sees more on the internet than you do. That's for
Oh,
sure.
God, probably.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Cards Against
Yeah.
Humanity.
But
Fun
it was
time.
fun. It was a good,
Fun
nice time.
That's
We
an
have
easy game.
before they had Cards Against Humanity in Canada. This wasn't even too long ago. We got what's it called? Personally Incorrect. And
Okay.
it's kind of the same thing.
Isn't it like a PG version of it?
Yeah, in a way.
Oh,
I think we played it when you came over.
maybe.
I think we played it
I don't know.
when we were sitting around the fire.
Yes, I think we did.
Yeah, that one.
I was under the influence. I don't remember everything, but I think yes, we did play. that.
Responsibly. I
Yeah,
believe.
so
Of
it's-
course, I was around a fire. I was keeping warm.
But yeah, so it's kind of the same thing, only a little
a little one
more
level down.
toned
Nice.
down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good time though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is a fun game. Like it was a perfect timing where table, like there would have been 8 of us
Oh
at
my
that
goodness.
table.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
good.
good. You don't get that every day. So
No.
that's good.
It was
And
good time.
especially because that game could just devolve into let's just read the cards and go from there.
Yeah.
The fact that you got a game out of it is pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, we pretty much stuck to it. It was
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah,
It was-
Cards Against Humanity. I mean, that whole series of styles
Oh,
of
it's a
games.
series now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And
Yeah.
all the copycats and stuff. So, yeah.
that's gonna happen in anything.
Of course.
Yep.
Board games are the best. Look at
I
Those are
agree.
Fun.
They are.
Any others we'd like to discuss or any other board game?
We already talked about the greatest, which is Risk. So
Oh.
other than that,
Oh, I have one quick question before.
Oh, the one that spawned the greatest movie of all time.
Oh, Clue?
No, Battleship, dummy.
no
No,
Clue.
Clue's way better.
No, Battleship was way better.
No.
Rihanna wasn't in Clue.
Pardon?
Rihanna wasn't in Clue.
Tim Curry wasn't in Battleship.
Yeah, he was.
Now I want to see a Tim Curry Rihanna movie. Can we make that happen to my wife, please?
No, I agree with you though.
Clue is
I'm
the
just
number one.
making
I know,
big jokes. Battleship was terrible. Clue is one of the not only
It was
A-
just a great movie.
not only
Yeah.
a great board game movie because
Yeah.
it's probably the only board game
Probably
movie.
the only one that
Um,
works.
It was probably one of the great
Mhm.
comedy movies
Oh yeah,
of all time.
it was really
It was
fun.
just good.
Brilliant cast, brilliant writing.
Yeah.
It was good on every.
You
Right?
could that movie Knives Out. You could see borrowing a lot from.
Oh,
Clues.
yeah?
yeah, definitely. They clearly were fans.
Clearly.
Clearly. I was gonna say, what are your guys' thoughts about the board game cafes that are kind of popping up everywhere now? Where
I
you
think
can
they're
just
pretty
go and-
cool, just as long as people don't steal shit in the game, so make it so you can't play the game.
Does that happen? Is that what people do?
Probably.
I don't know. I don't go
Well,
to
there's
them.
I haven't
assholes
been
like
in
that
one
out
yet.
there.
No, neither have
I
I.
haven't
But
been
I'm
in one.
curious because I think it's great.
I haven't either. Have I been to one? But that's the first thing that comes to my head is like
People
what if somebody
stealing?
steals like Boardwalk. Everybody wants Boardwalk. The entire reason you play fucking Monopoly
It's for
is to
Boardwalk.
buy Boardwalk. That's the
That's
only
true.
reason you play Monopoly.
That's
It's
very
true.
true.
So-
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's kind of like these arcade bars.
I like
Very
how
much
we just
so.
like it's a cool idea. Has any of us been to it?
No.
No.
No, thanks. I got board games at home. Thing. No. Just
Ireland's a cool idea. I haven't been there
It's
either.
true, yeah. Stay with the Arctic. Looks awesome.
No,
I'm
that
not
place
going.
is just cold.
Yeah.
Oh well.
When the
Yeah.
lights are in season, I'll go up and visit. but-
Yeah, for sure. When people are available. Yeah, for sure. And you out there, what are your favorite board games? Are you a fan? Do you like them? Did you get into to any over the holidays? Let us know. Let us know your thoughts on board games, what we brought up, what you want to bring up. Let us know in the comments. We want to hear from you about board games and the like. For anybody out there that is feeling, mentally not well upstairs, we just want you to know that you matter, not just to us, but to those around you. And it's a hard time of year. It's important to talk about that stuff that's going on in your head. So if you can't talk to anyone around you or us or anybody, we'll leave links up in our description so you can talk to somebody for any that you might need. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
Dave Shergold.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I'm Uncle Pennybags.
Is that his name? Is that? I don't know.
That's his name.
My name now.
You could be Pennybags.
It's either Uncle Pennybags or Uncle Moneybags.
Hey, to
Oh,
be
good
honest,
either way.
I think it might be Moneybags.
But
Pennies
either
don't
way.
exist anymore.
I'll take it.
I'm the Monopoly guy.
Who doesn't wear a monocle because we learned that from our last episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
say.
right. That's right.
That's right. He doesn't wear a monocle.
That's right. That's right.
He's a puppet.
Yeah. And you can find us on social media, AJ, and like. And if you can figure it out, you got yourself sarcastically distracted. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Peace. Have a great night.
Bye now.
Take care.
Bye.